We started Aspiring Phoenix because we wanted people to learn how to play to win at life instead of playing not to lose. What does that mean? We all have a purpose. We all have a calling. Unfortunately, we don't all go after that. Far too many people play it safe. So you probably wonder, well, how do we even do that? It's actually very simple, right? All of our students, we put them on a hero's journey, right? Hero's journey, where you cross the threshold in the unknown, you face challenges, you work with your peers, and along that path, they learn how to learn, they learn how to do, and they learn how to be. What does learn to learn mean? Learn to learn is essentially learning how to teach yourself, right? And so what that means is our students, they learn how to find strategies that work for them. We all have different talents, we all have different temperaments, we all have different joys. What works for me may not work for you, may not work for her, may not work for him. Learning to do means I actually take the knowledge I've gained and I apply it to the real world. A lot of people like to say that knowledge is power. We believe knowledge is potential power. Knowledge transformed to skill through application, that's power. And then finally, there's learning to be. And this is the most important part of what we do. And the way this works is we look at who are we now, who do we want to be, and then what promises will we make to get there. Now by promises, more often that's a habit. And so this is where we show our learners how to change their own mindsets, their own habits, and their own beliefs. Another big part of our curriculum is what we call quests. Quests are, they're hands-on, they're immersive, and probably most important, they're role-based. I'll give you an example of quests. One of my favorite ones we do every year is the entrepreneurship quest. All of our students literally build a business from the ground up. And then it all culminates in an exhibition where we do what we call a Phoenix Tank, and where we bring in 4 local entrepreneurs and they have to pitch their product to those entrepreneurs. They then take that into a children's business fair where they go and they sell their products. And so we do 7 quests a year, and quests are really where we get our science in. For example, right now, they're learning earth science by playing paleontologists. They will also learn biology by playing the role of a doctor. They also learn physics by playing engineers doing coding and robotics. The most important part of the curriculum is our servant leadership track, right? If you're gonna find a calling to change the world, you gotta become somebody who can actually change the world. And this is where it really gets into the personal growth of that. And on that track, this is what we talked about earlier, where they start learning how to change their mindsets, how to change their habits, how to change their beliefs. They learn how to resolve conflicts. They do town hall meetings to do process improvement. They are self-governance. Our students actually write their own contract in the first session, then they hold each other to that. So how do you know if this model of education is right for you? I alluded to it earlier when I talked about the hero's journey. The hero sees anything bad that happens as a challenge, an opportunity for growth. And they look for a guide with a plan. Give them a plan, but let them do it. That's the hero. The opposite of the hero is the victim. The victim sees anything bad that happens as a persecution that's happening to me. And they don't want to deal with it themselves. They look for a rescuer to get them out of it. And so if you find yourself constantly in the role of the victim, the rescuer, or the persecutor, and you don't want to change, and that's fine, we can do nothing for you. But if you see yourself in the role of the hero, or you want to be, and you're ready for a hero's journey, then give us a call.